You know, I really enjoy coming to speak to young people. I've been a college coach for 13 years. This season coming up will be my first year in the NFL, dealing with some older guys. But I really like coming to see the young people, guys like yourself. And I'm so happy your family's here as well, because this is really where it all starts, okay? And just kind of thinking about what I wanted to talk to all you guys about really wasn't so much about football, so to speak, but something that's even bigger than that. One being academics and how you do in school, okay? And secondly, how you treat other people, because like you heard Coach Brad say, talking about family and being big brothers. What I really loved when I came out here and watched today was the older guys who are going to be sophomores and juniors and seniors that are on the football team here at Plano that are looking after the young guys that I see in the front row and some of you guys in the back. Because what you start to create is a brotherhood and a bond amongst each other, because you want to start to develop a pride and really get a tradition going at this school. From what I understand, you have state championships in 2006 and 2007. You've already started to create that. Well, let's talk about academics, because most of my background is in college. And believe it or not, with me starting off being a college football coach, I would go to a lot of the Pop Warner and Optimus games, even though I was recruiting kids who were in 11th and 12th grade, because I wanted to see who the young kids were that were coming up in the programs and what schools they were going to be going to, so I had a head start. And what was even more important to me than their height, their weight, how fast they were, how strong they were, I wanted to find out, number one, academically in school, how good is he? One, does he go to school? Two, is he on time? Does he treat his teachers with respect? I would ask questions to even the janitors and people that work in the school so I can find out, what kind of person are you? I may ask a random student in school to find out those kind of questions. But academics, why is that so important? Because it's everything, okay? You guys may look at Coach Brad and look at me, Coach Hurtt, and say, hey, those are really big guys, yes or no? Right? I mean, we got a hard time finding shirts that can fit us half the time. So we're really big people. Well, here's the thing. Neither one of us are playing in the NFL right now, and that's okay. But the one thing that we both did was graduate from the University of Miami and got our degrees in hand, okay? And that's something that I want everyone in here to make sure they get done. It doesn't have to be the University of Miami. There's a lot of great schools here locally. I get sick saying it, but Notre Dame, you got great institutions all around this area of the country. But taking care of our books is going to be the number one thing of importance. Second thing is making sure we treat people with the utmost respect. And that carries over with how you treat your teammates, okay? How you care about people. That's a big thing. That's a big thing for all of us. Because what happens is you'll realize the bonds and the friendships that you have right now, even at the ages and the stages of your life that you're in, these are going to be relationships that are going to carry on for a lifetime. Friends that you're going to know forever. Moms, don't cringe. There's going to be some guys here that's going to be your best friend when you get married. Okay? Those things are going to happen. And that may be a long distance off, but time is going to move fast. So you got to cherish the relationships that you forge with one another, because it's going to make you a better football team. A much better football team. Okay? Really, let's do this. I see some guys got their raising their hands up and things like that. Yeah. Questions? Yeah. I'm going to do this. I'm going to open up for questions, because I see a lot of guys kind of got their hands up and want to ask some things. So I'm going to start down low and I'm going to work up high. Okay? I'm going to go with you.
You know Jay Cutler?
Do I know Jay Cutler? Yes, I do. And I'm very happy he's on my team. Go ahead. Yeah, I know Matt Forte very well.
Here we go.
You know Jeffries?
Alshon? Yes, I do. Why you guys keep asking all these guys on offense? I'm on defensive guy.
No question. You know Landry?
Yes, I do. Question. Here we go.
Are you sad about Devin Hester leaving the Bears?
You know what? That's my first great question, although I like the other ones too. You know, I am sad about Devin leaving. My relationship with Devin is very strong. I was a graduate assistant at the University of Miami when Devin was there. And part of my job as a graduate assistant, I work with the defensive line, but I work with, one of our coaches' name was Donnie Solomon, so I work with the special teams. And I was fortunate enough to be in charge of our punt return team. So, you know, obviously it made me like a really good coach when I could tell, hey, Devin, sideline return. And I could put my hands up and make it look like I did everything when he did all the work. But yes, it's sad to see him go, but he's a Hurricane. We're all Hurricanes here. So, but he'll finish off and have a great career, and he'll be in the Hall of Fame one day.
Yep.
Yes. Say that again. How come I didn't bring one of the players? Because they're all on vacation right now. They are all on vacation. I will see them next Wednesday in Bourbonnais. Yes. Do I think the Bears will make the playoffs? I'm going to say this, we better win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But you know what? We lost Julius, but we brought in a guy by the name of Jared Allen. He's really good. Go ahead.
I lost my wristband.
I'll get you a new one.
I'm going to give it to you. Go ahead. Who's my favorite defensive player? Well, seeing that I'm a lot older than you guys, I'm from New York. I was born and raised in the Bronx. So my favorite player growing up was Lawrence Taylor. That was my guy. But right now that I'm here, I got to say, any defensive player for the Bears now is my favorite player. My favorite thing about being the coach? That's an easy question. My favorite thing about being a coach is the relationship with the players. That's always been my biggest thing. Being in college and even now in the NFL. You know, when you're in football, and particularly in coaching, it's a people business. If you don't care about the people that you're with, I think it's not going to be, I don't think you'll be very successful. Because at the end of the day, you got to realize, okay, they're football players, they put on helmets and pads and whatnot, but at the end of the day, they're people. And they go through real life issues no different than we go through as coaches. So that's why I coach. Great question. Let me get them back and work my way back down. I got to the Bears January 25th, so right when it was really sunny and warm. Yeah, that's fine.
Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl except for the Bears?
Well, first of all, there's going to be one winner.
Yeah.
Well, who else do I think can challenge us? Nobody. Neither one of them play for us, so they don't matter. Jake Cutler. Yes, I do. Do I know who our enemy is? Who is that? You don't like them. We'll take three more questions. Three more questions. One question. Go ahead. I'll come back to you. I'm going to go with you because you have asked me. Who do I like on the Bears offense? Well, I'll tell you what. Like I said, they all play for the Bears, so I like them all. I'd say the guy that I would be the most impressed with, you know, going through practices and whatnot, I had to say Brandon Marshall. Okay. great question. I like that another football question.
18.
So the question was, how are we going to prepare for Colin Kaepernick, quarterback for the 49ers? I'll say this, that's going to be a really tough challenge. Very athletic guy, strong arm. Much like you prepare for any other team. This is a good question because it's even good for you guys. If you want to go out and be successful, and football is no different than life. Compare football with life. If you want to do good in the classroom and you want to do great on the quiz or you do great on the test, then you take the time to do what? Study and prepare, right? It's no different when we get ready to play college campus. We got to study and prepare. So we're going to find what are the top 3 run plays that the 49ers want to do that he's involved with, all the zone read stuff. Okay, and then what are their top 3 passes that marry off of those runs, boots and nakeds and things like that. If we can take away the top 3 things they want to do, we got a chance to be very successful. Okay? I think they were outstanding. Well, I like that question. Anytime you're part of a team or you're part of an organization, you got to always put the trust. In this situation, put the trust in Coach Coon that he's always going to make the right decision based on the betterment of the team, right? So no matter what, all decisions are good decisions, yes or no? Right? Yes? Yes? Last one. Absolutely. I'll say, Coach Davis used to say this all the time. Coach Davis was our head coach at the University of Miami. His question was, will Alshon Jeffrey continue to get better over the years? Without question, he will. And Coach Davis, our college coach, taught us this. He said there's only 2 things happen. Either you're getting better or you're getting worse. There's no such thing as staying the same. No such thing. So when you go out to work every day, you got 4 more days left in camp out here this week. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. I know your parents are hoping that you're getting better because they've already put their money into the camp. So let's work to get better every single day because if you do that, you will progress and you will get better. Okay? And yes, he will get better. Absolutely. I'm good.
All right. Hey, give him a round of applause.